Can a man be fed on love alone if he's guided by the thorns around his heart? Can the truth endure when hope has flown, when all around begins to fall apart? Well, I sure hope so, 'cause I'm living it through day by day. And I sure hope so, 'cause I'm digging my grave. So let me say, and I sure hope so, 'cause the end don't seem to justify the means, or so it seems.
Now then, that's the beautiful baritone tones of Eddie Keogh of Kingfisher, Irish group, various parts of the west of Ireland. I spoke about them once before, but one of my albums of 2025. And anyway, welcome. This is the, pull it back for a second. This is the, what's it called, the vinyl tag. It was set by David Atkinson. Thank you, David. 20 questions which members of the vinyl community meant to each address the same questions, get a bit of an insight as to where they're coming from, what they're about, or what we're about. And yeah, good questions this year. I put a comment on saying I was going to have a go. I'm going to have a go in two parts, because as you'll know, anyone who watches this channel, this old camera I've got only for some reason won't go beyond 20 minutes, which is a blessing for you, I know, but it makes it a bit tight. So I'm only going to do them two parts to this, 10 questions at a time. I've got the questions jotted down here. And yeah, what was I going to say? Yeah, that was it, the vinyl tag. So here we go, crack on, Malcolm. Question one, what's your best vinyl purchase of 2025? Well, I've realised, if I didn't already realise, that my memory is so shocking. I can't for the life of me remember what I bought in 2025 and what I bought in, you know, I've had it a year, I've had it 4 years, 5 years. I can't remember, and I'm sure, I do know I've bought some cracking second-hand vinyl throughout the year, and if I did know what I'd bought, I probably would have picked one of those. But just to make it easy, I do know I've bought these two albums because they both only came out in 2025, and I'm making it a joint one. They're my albums of the year in terms of new albums. And first, Kingfisher, the Halcyon. I've spoke about it before, absolutely fantastic debut album. I'm sure we're going to hear a lot more about that band. I'm looking forward to seeing if they tour over here. I'd like to go and see them. And my other joint vinyl purchase of 2025 is Mark Rebo's Map of a Blue City. Highly recommended. Mark Rebo is the, well, I came across him as Tom Waits' guitarist throughout the sort of 80s, 90s, and but a superb album of his own songs, which he'd sort of written and collected over a long period of time, 20 years or so, I think. But Map of a Blue City, gorgeous. Mark Rebo. Okay, question two, what's been your favourite live music experience of 2025? Well, I have I'm lucky, me, in that I have a live music experience usually at least once a week, sometimes twice a week, occasionally even 3 times a week. We have a great sort of rock blues club, which is about 200 yards from my house, 300 yards maybe. Fantastic bands every Sunday, ranging from sort of local bands who might do mainly covers, albeit brilliant covers, to touring bands from America doing all their own stuff. And So that's, and then we've got various pubs with bands on as well through the week, and I try to get, as I say, I get out at least once. In terms of bigger name gigs, I can't really remember. John Cale, I seen, that was a good gig this year. Ron Sexsmith, was that this year? I can't remember. Anyway, I'm going to go, again I'm going to do joint winners. This I can do what I want. David said you can just play with these questions, put your own spin on them. So my joint favourites are two people who are recorded artists, both got recording contracts. And the first one, I'd never heard of this guy. I've got to say, till he appeared on the Steelies, our local blues rock club. He's an American. He's called Hamilton Loomis, Loomis, I think it is. Look him up. What a player, what a performer, superb songwriter. What an outstanding gig that was. As far as I could tell, his 8 albums are all on CD. I couldn't find anything on vinyl, so I haven't got any of his stuff to play for you, but yeah, that was an absolute storming gig. And then the second one, you've heard me mention this guy before. This is Gabriel Moreno. I've seen him 3 times this year, including just the other week on local pub, just again a few hundred yards away from here. What a privilege to see this guy playing tiny pub back rooms. It shouldn't be happening. He is so talented. This is his album, one of his 4 albums, I think. This is Whiskey with Angels, and it opens with the absolutely brilliant We Can Write England All Over Again. A real optimistic song and he's Spanish, this guy. He's a Spanish Gibraltarian, but he's saying, don't worry England, you know, you can change it, your country's not totally fucked, like some of his a more pessimistic outlook might think from time to time. But look this guy up, go and watch him if he's touring near you. What a live, and his band are superb, the Quivering Poets, Gabriel Moreno. Question 3. Your vinyl collection in 10 years time, is it going to be bigger, about the same, or smaller? Explain why. Well, David, this question opens up all sorts of difficult areas, doesn't it? Starting with 10 years time. Yeah, bloody hell. In the unpredictable world we live in, both politically, climatically, who can possibly predict anything? But also on a personal level, that's probably fair for me to predict that I'm not likely to be around in 10 years time. So let's assume that. Let's assume I'm not there. Let's assume the planet hasn't disappeared or blown each other up, but I'm not here. Well, what would happen to that record collection? Well, I know one thing. I suppose as soon as he hears of my demise, then Jack from the Vinyl Voyage, he'll be heading down south, trying to get over the border to see what sort of deal he can do to procure my record collection. But hands off, Jack, because I'll have my son looking after them. And although he jests with me about whopping them all on eBay as soon as I'm gone, he's not like that. He will curate this collection and look after it into the next generation and hopefully beyond. So it will be a curated collection. It'll probably be a little bit bigger because, try as I might, I can't stop collecting records. So yeah, it'll be slightly bigger. Okay, question 4. You move into a new home, and you decide to crank one record up to 11 just to announce your presence to the neighbours, to the new neighbours. What would it be? Well, yeah, give this a bit of thought, and I suppose I would want them to be just that little bit uncertain, just that little bit on edge, just that little bit unsure about what and who they have living next door to them, until I could suss them out, decide whether or not I'm going to interact with them. but I'd want them to be a little bit wary of their new neighbour, I think. So I think I picked something perhaps a bit strange, perhaps a bit dissonant, certainly something they'd never heard of. Crank it right up, and that would be what I would do. And the one that came to mind was Perubu, and this is their debut album, which is as good as anywhere to start. This is Dub Housing, brilliant band from Cleveland, Ohio. David Thomas, the lead singer, founder, fountain member, main songwriter, sadly died during 2025. So yeah, that would be the one. That would be just to put my neighbours slightly on edge. Question 5. Show 2 albums, one each from your favourite male singer and your favourite female singer. Well, favourite female singer, Patti Smith. This is Horses from, oh goodness me, Horses 70, was it 75? Goodness me, sorry Patti, I haven't got my glasses on either. Absolutely brilliant. Been to see Patti Smith many times. Absolute power personified. She just has the audience no matter where it is. I've seen her at festivals, concert halls big and small. However big the audience, whatever type of audience, she is so powerful. I mean, in some ways she frightens the sort of life out of me. I'm terrified of her. But it's just this persona and this presence. The voice is fantastic as well. The brilliant Patti Smith. My favourite male singer. I mean, I've picked someone who, unless you're from the northeast of England, you may well not have heard of. I've mentioned him before on this channel. I've picked out 2 of his albums. He ain't got many. He's got a few on CD and things, but it is someone who every time I hear his voice live or recorded, the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. They still did when I played. We're going to go out with this guy anyway. Seen him many times, including many gigs at the legendary Northeastern Jazz Club, the Northeastern, a pub downtown, little pub in Hartlepool. He used to play upstairs in there with an outstanding band, WHTV, and this is their album recorded, some of it recorded in that pub. But what a voice, somewhere between, I don't know, Al Green and Captain Beefheart, I suppose, maybe, but superb singer. And what I was really pleased to pick up this year is this album from 1974, Half Breed, where Mick Whittaker was the lead singer and main songwriter. Great cover. I wasn't aware of this album before, but if you can see that, so it's a record deck, and the actual track listing is on the record, and then you turn the record over for side 2, and then you've got the underneath of the record deck on there. It's great, and it's a real funny album, because side 1 is really good, albeit not mixed fantastically. You've got Mick Whittaker. If you've got somebody with a voice like this, you don't put him back in the mix a little bit, but so why they've done that I don't know. But then side 2, from halfway through it onwards, just loses the plot altogether, with some of the worst songs I've ever heard, and so badly recorded or engineered or whatever, making it almost unlistenable. So it goes from a really promising album to a total mess at the end of it. But it is Mick Whittaker from 1974, so I'm going to treasure this album, Half Breed, who were a Newcastle based band. Yeah, superb. So that's Mick Whittaker, my all-time favourite male singer. And Mick is now retired. He retired quite some time ago, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago maybe. He doesn't perform now. He reckons that in the clubs and pubs around North East and everywhere else. People don't really want to listen. They want to talk or look on their phones or play each other YouTube videos or whatever. So, which is a real shame. But yeah, Mick Whittaker. Right. Question 6. It's Saturday night. You're up for dancing. Show 3 solo dance records. Well, I was agonising over this yesterday, and I changed my mind umpteen times, and I thought, oh, balls to it. I'm just going to go into my soul section, which covers 2 of these, and I'm just going to flick through and blindly pick 3 out. And when I show you them, it demonstrates why I'm really uncomfortable. A, about genres in general, but B, about this particular genre, soul music. I'm never clear on where the boundaries are between soul music. I mean, some of the classic albums in this collection, or any collection, you know, Marvin Gaye's What's Going On, Curtis Mayfield's debut album, some of the albums by Isaac Hayes, for example. You know, where do you put, why do you categorise them as soul albums? They're just brilliant, brilliant albums. Some of Stevie Wonder's 70s stuff. So why is it? And is there a race element in there? It sort of makes me slightly uncomfortable. I just don't. I'm thinking I'm going to decategorise them and mix them up in my collection. But this one probably shouldn't have been in there in the first place. This is Edwin Birdsong. This is what I picked out at random. This is Supernatural from 1975, Edwin Birdsong. And I don't know, I mean, there's bits of jazz, there's bits of rock. He's a keyboard player, singer, songwriter, worked with a whole variety of bands and musicians back in the 70s. And yeah, great stuff. There are soul elements within this, there is no doubt, and that's maybe why I've stuck it in there. But yeah, uncategorisable really. It probably, if I had to really think about it, it might go in the jazz section, I don't know. But anyway, great album, Edwin Birdsong. Dancey? A little bit, yeah. This one's definitely dancey, brilliant stuff. Kool and the Gang, Spirit of the Boogie. Yeah, funky, disco, dancey, brilliant. And then lastly, what a lot of singers these are. What great singers. The Stylistics. This is From the Mountain, which I think had a different name in America. I think it was called Heavy in America, which relates to the last track on side 1, the brilliant Heavy Falling Out, which is superb. And this is it's a really nice album. It's gorgeously sung. There are really some classy, lush arrangements. There's 2 bummers on it, the opener and closer, which are sort of religious, gospel-y things, which don't really make me a bit, creep me out a bit. But yeah, Stylistics. Okay, so there were my 3 soul records. Question 7. Show an album which has got a real stinker on it. Show a track you hate from an album you love. Well, I mean, I love Led Zeppelin 4. I've done another video on all the Led Zepp albums, and this one comes out right up there near the top. I won't go, everybody knows Led Zeppelin 4, it's absolutely superb. And you all know the stinker I'm going to relate to. That's, of course, it's Stairway to Heaven. Unlistenable, I can't play it I haven't been able to play it for many years. I mean, it is awful, it's corny, it's cliched. Of course it's overplayed, and that's not the song's fault, but I think for me what turned me against it was they actually put the lyrics of the song on the inner sleeve, which was unusual for Led Zeppelin. I think they only, on one of their later albums, they included lyrics, but Led Zeppelin lyrics are bloody awful. By and large, they're dreadful, embarrassingly so, and none more so than these. And yeah, just to see them and to realise how crass and naff they are, I think put me off it. But yeah, Stairway to Heaven on Led Zeppelin 4. Question 8. If you had to pick just one album from each of the last 6 decades, what would they be? Well, dead quickly, 60s, Astral Weeks, Van Morrison. 70s, Blood on the Tracks, Bob Dylan. 80s, Swordfish Trombones, Tom Waits. 90s, Neutral Milk Hotel in the Aeroplane Over the Sea. 2000s, Bill Callahan, Sometimes I Wish We Were an Eagle. And then the 2010s, the brilliant Black Star by David Bowie. So yeah, that was quick, wasn't it? Question 9. You have the opportunity to spend a day alone with one artist, walking a mountain, on the beach, hanging out in a city. Who would it be? Well, for me it would just be somebody who's a nice person. I think, you know, no matter what their background is, no matter how rock and roll lifestyle, what they've done, what they've achieved, spending a day with a nice person is just what I'd want to do. So I was thinking, who are the sort of nice people amongst this collection? Well, I mean, I don't know. I've never met 99% of them anyway. I've never met, and I've got little inkling as to whether they're nice or not. But I picked some certainties that I know are nice people. Christy Moore, sort of with one of these. Claire Hamill, who's a local person, so we have that in common. Chrissy Hind, Jonathan Richman, Iggy Pop, Jimmy Osterberg, what a nice guy. Paul Heaton from the House Mountains and the beautiful South, of course. So I would pick one of those. I would see it one of those with three, and I'd probably prefer a city. I think few pints, maybe a few afternoon pints, bit chat. And if you did have that opportunity, this is the last question, what would you ask them? Well, I'd ask them if it's their round, I think. But that would be the main, that would be how you're getting them in. Yeah, I wouldn't be asking them personal things. I wouldn't be asking them about songs and about their art. I mean, that's available on the albums. We've all got that. There's no need to pry. They're just people. Yeah. So, thanks for setting those questions, David. That is my part 1 of the Vinyl Tag 2026. I'm going to go over there and we're going to go out with my favourite male singer. So give this one a chance. This is recorded live in the North Eastern Hotel in Hartlepool back in about 1980. Was it 80? No, 81. Yeah, brilliant stuff. Here we go. I've bollocksed it up, haven't I? Have I? What have I done here? I've turned the wrong... Sorry about this. Bear with me. There we go. Mick Whittaker.
Yeah. Oh God. Amazing. Baby, now baby, climb down from my little wall, little baby, little baby with the strawberry flats, little baby with the strawberry flats, little baby with the strawberry flats. And the hats and the hats and the hats and the hats and the hats. Now listen, baby. When you got a headache, little powder soothe our pain. Go right back to sleep, and you feel alright again. Oh, now when you got a backache, a little rub and see it through. But when you get a heartache,